The Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli was expected to be a celebration of Ducati dominance. Instead, it turned into a weekend of drama, tension, and a moment of explosive emotion that left the MotoGP paddock, well, pretty stunned. Marc Marquez, Ducati's superstar rider and current championship leader, lost his cool in front of thousands of fans and, honestly, millions watching worldwide, sparking a wave of controversy that forced Ducati management to make a rare and shocking public statement. And now Ducati's general director Gigi Dall'Igna has broken his silence. It all unraveled in the aftermath of Sunday's race. Marquez, who has been virtually untouchable this season, endured an unusually frustrating weekend on home turf for Ducati.
Welcome to GP Time. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates.
A string of on-track incidents, coupled with growing tension inside the garage, just boiled over. When the checkered flag fell, instead of celebrating another podium, Marquez stormed into the paddock, visibly enraged, slamming his gloves, gesturing furiously toward his crew, and ignoring media commitments. Fans on social media erupted. Was this the first crack in Marquez's iron mental armor, or was this simply the fiery competitive spirit of a rider obsessed with perfection? Ducati, caught in the storm, released an uncharacteristically blunt statement just hours later. Marc Marquez is a champion, but his behavior at Misano did not reflect the values we expect at Ducati. Passion runs high, but respect must remain the foundation of our team. The statement sent shockwaves through the MotoGP world. Ducati rarely calls out its riders publicly, let alone the man currently carrying the brand to yet another title. With speculation spiraling out of control, Gigi Dall'Igna addressed the controversy in an interview with Sky Italia. Calm but firm, the Ducati mastermind defended Marquez while also acknowledging the delicate situation. Marc is under immense pressure, and emotions can sometimes get the better of even the greatest champions, Dall'Igna said. We must not forget that what makes him special, his intensity, his hunger, his refusal to accept anything less than perfection, is also what sometimes pushes him over the edge. But Dall'Igna didn't stop there. He clarified Ducati's stance following the factory's shocking post-race statement. The statement was made because we want to remind everyone, Marc included, that Ducati is a family. Respect for the team, the fans, and the sport must always come first. But this does not change our trust in Marc or our belief that he is the right man to lead us to victory, he explained. Behind the scenes, insiders describe a Ducati camp split between awe at Marquez's dominance and, well, unease at his uncompromising style. Some mechanics reportedly felt the rider's fury was directed at them, adding strain to an already intense environment. Yet Dall'Igna was quick to shift the narrative, saying, let's be honest, Marc has given us results that are beyond extraordinary. A difficult weekend at Misano does not erase the fact that he has elevated Ducati to levels we only dreamed of. He is human, he got upset, it happens. What matters is how we respond as a team. The reaction among Ducati fans has been, pretty polarizing. Some applauded the factory for standing firm and reminding Marquez of his responsibilities, while others accused Ducati of risking their relationship with the man single-handedly rewriting MotoGP history in red. Social media hashtags like #InMarquezWeTrust and #RespectDucati trended simultaneously, showcasing the divide. With the championship still firmly in Marquez's control, the real test lies not on the racetrack, but within Ducati's ability to balance passion with unity. For Marquez, the Misano meltdown might serve as a wake-up call. For Ducati, it's a reminder that greatness comes with volatility. And for Dall'Igna, it's a balancing act between discipline and support for the rider who could deliver the brand's most dominant season ever. While Pecco Bagnaya, the man who once carried the hopes of the Bologna factory, left the paddock with his head bowed, shrouded in frustration and uncertainty. The reigning double world champion is in crisis. For the fifth consecutive race, Bagnaya walked away without a podium, extending a dry spell that has plunged his 2025 campaign into chaos. 10 Grands Prix have passed without a result worthy of a title contender. The scoreboard is merciless. Bagnaya now trails Alex Marquez by a staggering 93 points in the championship, and his once secure spot inside the top 3 is under siege. With Marco Bezzecchi just 8 points adrift, even a podium finish in the standings is in danger of slipping through his grasp. Even the usually unflappable Dall'Igna couldn't mask the strain of watching Ducati's golden boy unravel. The situation with Pecco is truly delicate. He's struggling, Dall'Igna admitted. His words carried the weight of both concern and responsibility, echoing the sentiments of Ducati fans who have grown increasingly restless. Tomorrow, we have an important test day where we'll have the chance to explore various setups. Let's hope it proves fruitful. Dall'Igna acknowledged Bagnaya's own frustrations, especially after the rider's raw confession following Sunday's race. "I'm losing patience. I'm losing patience too," Dall'Igna replied, "and so are Pecco's fans. It's entirely normal for someone in his position to express such feelings when results are lacking. We're all human, and we must always start from this principle." The remark, at once empathetic and sobering, laid bare the reality that even champions are not immune to pressure, doubt, and the mental toll of relentless competition. Bagnaya's struggles are not just numbers on a scoreboard. They tell the story of a rider locked in battle with his own machine, his confidence, and the shadow cast by a resurgent Marc Marquez. While Marquez seems to have bent the Ducati GP25 to his will, Bagnaya has found himself increasingly alienated from the same bike that once made him untouchable. "It's quite simple," Dall'Igna explained. "Once a negative spiral begins, it deepens. Finding a way to reverse it is always complicated. I always say that positivity is incredibly useful in this field. But positivity is hard to come by when every race weekend brings the same questions without answers." Fans have begun to wonder aloud whether Bagnaya's golden era has passed. His smooth, methodical riding style, once perfectly matched with Ducati's raw power, now looks out of sync in the face of Marquez's aggressive brilliance. Even Bagnaya's body language in the paddock tells the story. Closed doors, long meetings with engineers, and a rider visibly carrying the burden of expectation. Adding salt to the wound is the meteoric rise of Marc Marquez. In the same garage, under the same colors, the Spaniard has transformed the Ducati GP25 into an unstoppable weapon. Each victory he collects serves as both a triumph for the brand and a painful reminder to Bagnaya of the gulf that now separates them. Marquez's dominance has not only reshaped the championship fight, but also redefined Ducati's internal hierarchy. For a factory that once looked to Bagnaya as their undisputed leader, the crown now sits firmly on the head of number 93. As the sun sets over Misano, the tension in the Ducati camp is palpable. Bagnaya's crisis is no longer a storyline, it's the defining narrative of the season. For fans, the test is not merely a technical exercise, it's a psychological drama. Can Bagnaya silence the doubts, tame the machine, and rise once more as Ducati's hero? Or will this test confirm the harshest fear, that his reign as champion has come to an end, and that the Ducati legacy has already moved on to a new king? The MotoGP world waits, holding its breath. For Pecco Bagnaya, Monday's test at Misano is not just about finding speed. It is about survival, redemption, and proving that the fire of a champion still burns within him. Because in MotoGP there is no mercy, and at Misano, failure is not an option.